Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. And today I want to share with you the idea of selling the idea. So I'm going to go into that, what it means exactly. We teach this inside the Renaissance Closer program to the students, which if you don't know, 12-week program, we'll get you in a sales gig, we'll train you up, and then we go from there. So 12 weeks, if you want to apply, link is in the description. But anyways, this is one of the key pivotal ideas as to why our setters are doing so well in the offers that they're on, and why the closers as well, because the closers can apply this idea and they can use it for their sales calls and close clients just like that. It's about selling the idea, and what that basically means is you gotta present your interest as something that will actually benefit them being the prospect. Present things as a win-win situation. So how we like to think about it is, and this is what I found out, this is just something I found out over the years of setting and doing the same thing over and over again. It's like when you have a prospect here, they have their own wants, their needs, like, and then this is you have your own wants, your own needs. Let's start with you though, as a setter or the closer. What do you want? You want to book call, you want to book them in, you want them to close, you want them to fall under your frame, you want to get commission, right? You also want to help them. That's important. So there's all these things that you want, but not all of it is going to align, or when you present it to the prospect, they're not necessarily going to be on board with it. So for example, like, they know, especially nowadays, like, people are catching on to the fact that they're probably not going to be talking to the business owner all the time. It's probably going to be a setter. So they know that, and I guess you could call this agenda then. You can call it the prospect's agenda, you can call it your agenda, right? So they know your agenda is trying to book them in for a call, you're trying to sell them, etc. Let's put that as well, sell them. Trying to sell them basically, right? And unless they're a rock star or they're like a hot lead, they probably don't want to be sold to. So they know you have your agenda and they have their agenda, which is, try and learn more about the program, ask questions, basically those things, not buy and be, not buy. Not invest their money, not hop on a call, and see. So those are just some examples that I found over the years. And this is something that these ideas come to you through repetition and thousands of reps. So the way you get around this, and I'm sure you've come across it before. If I present it as a real life situation, it'd probably make more sense. So let's say you're setting, and let's say you're about to send them the calendar link, and they just flick for no reason. Right, the conversation was going well up until that point. You send the schedule over, the calendar over, and then they just go shut on the door. And you're probably wondering, okay, that was annoying. I don't know why that happened. Well, it's because that whole time, they wanted to learn as much as possible about the program, how much it costs, what's inside. They just ask questions, and then as soon as you try and bump in with your own agenda, your own interests, your own wants, then they're dipping. So, because they don't want to buy, they don't want to book in a call, okay? And this is fine, it's just how it is. So the way you get around that, and this is one of the best tips that I can give in setting that I don't know many people talk about, is you gotta align your interests as something that will actually benefit the prospect, or something that aligns with their interests, if that makes sense. So present things as a win-win situation. So for example, one of the classic ways and one of the best examples I can give is, let's say, it's this, like applying urgency. So you want them to book in a call, right? That's what you want to do. You want to book them in on the calendar. Prospect, however, doesn't want to, or they want to put it off as long as possible. Even if they're a hot prospect or a warm prospect. So let's say they're a warm prospect, just for this example. They're going to book in eventually, but not now. You want to postpone the decision. So how do we get around this? We get around it by putting ourselves in their shoes and thinking, okay, what would they want in this moment? What would actually benefit to them? Because this is human nature, like all people are looking for is what's in it for them. So you've got to think, okay, how can I position it as a way when I pitch them the call, or when I try to book them in, or when I close them, if you're closing, how can I actually pitch it as a benefit to them? So one of the ways I found is by applying urgency. And I apply urgency this way. You can go ahead and steal it or come up with your own. After I send the booking link, I apply urgency by saying something like, cool, go ahead and pop in time next few minutes so I can confirm that the time works and it doesn't overlap with anything. So I've applied urgency, I'm getting them to book in a call. However, the way I've presented it as a benefit is by saying, so I can confirm that the time works and it doesn't overlap with anything. What does that do? Well, they want to make sure their slot is locked in, and they also don't want it to overlap with anything because they've got their own schedule. So I've just given 2 reasons and 2 ways to align it as a benefit to them. Does that make sense? As their own interest. Another thing you can put it as is, let's say they don't want to book in. Let's say they give you an objection. I'll think about it, for example, or not the right time. The way we go ahead and deal with this and align it with their agenda is by saying something like you just say something like, that's totally fine, no worries. I mean, I would still love for you to hop on, because worst case scenario, let's say it doesn't work out, you still walk away with a ton of free value that you can use moving forward. Sound good? So now you position the call, instead of positioning the sales call as a sales call and only you coming out as like the winner, you've now positioned it as a win-win situation, as I've said earlier. You've now positioned it as a win-win situation. You hop on, we'll see if you're a good fit. If not, worst case scenario, you're gonna walk away with a ton of free value, a ton of free sauce, because we wanna help you regardless, and that's what you should be doing anyway. You should wanna be helping them regardless. If you hop on the call and it doesn't work out, it doesn't turn out it's a good fit, and if the closer's good, probably gonna source them up, it's fine. But if for whatever reason they're not a good fit, we'll give you a ton of free value, we'll point you in the right direction, so that next time you come around, whenever you're ready to make that decision. Does that sound fair? So now you positioned it and you framed it as a win-win situation, and now they're way more likely to hop on the call. Again, the principle, and if you just wrap your head around this is really gonna help you guys, because it's helped me a lot, it's helped the students in the program a lot. But then again, sometimes I've had to explain it a couple of times. But if you understand this off the bat, that's great, start implementing it. It's just aligning your wants with their wants. If you can find a way to do that, and you constantly have to be thinking about that, if you can align your wants, your agenda with their agenda, then you're going for the kill. Things are going to be smooth sailing for the most part, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Short video today, just a golden nugget from what I've learned over these past couple of years of setting. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share this with a friend you think would need it, okay? So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.